Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Our Talks with Anthony. Today we're going to have a conversation. For those who are new to the channel, we make mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development in addition to your well-being, right? In today's conversation, we'll be talking about learning when to rest versus when to keep pushing, right? So we want to understand how we got to be able to take it easy, got to be able to slow it down, got to be able to be in tune with your body, right? But it's often to be able to keep pushing through in regards to that discipline, right? We're pushing for ourselves, we have that greatness when we reach we're going to reach our goal, right? But we also understand, have the self-awareness to be able to understand that what's helping us grow and what's also helping us, pulling us back in regards to that exhaustion, that burnout, that's you feel me? That's hindering us from us getting to an achievement, right? So you got to be able to be intuitive, right? So let's normalize the struggle because you're not the only one that's going through it, right? So sometimes when rest is actually, something that we're avoiding, that's something that can be difficult, right? So we're pushing through, depending on our situations, depending on the stress that we're feeling, different situations, relationships, etc. We gotta be real to ourselves. Let's be real to ourselves, you dig? So other times it can be helping us, in regards to we feel guilty because we're slowing down, so we just got to keep pushing through. So everybody's circumstance is going to be different, but understand, based on your situation, let's be real, let's get real with it, let's be vulnerable, let's have some understanding, let's process this together, right? Because both of these patterns could be something that could be, like I said, understanding us to have us pause, right? And develop that understanding that we need to help us understand how we're able to move forward in regards to the right direction, right? So something could be dysfunctional and unhealthy, right? Or we can understand, develop some understanding of that self-awareness to develop going towards that healthy direction, right? There's two sides we're going to be able to go towards, and understand at the end of the day, right, we're going to be able to get to our goal, but we got to understand too there's a process in between. We got to be able to know how to self-care. We got to be able to rest. If we're not taking care of our body, we're not going to be able to, it's affecting different aspects of our life. You feel me? Can't make this stuff up, right? So the time and the place to hang out with your friends, the time and the place to, you feel me, do those hours and handle your business at work, the time and the place to be with your family and spend time with your kids, emotional needs, you feel me? It's not just about dropping off the pizza and just, come on now, y'all, come on now. It's not about just spending the money, you dig? It's about really developing that connection, developing that bond. It's unsettling. We gonna get back to the topic, right? But let me get real with it, you feel me? It's really unsettling when you can't even answer 10 questions from your kid. You don't know their favorite color. You don't know what they like to eat. You don't like. Let's get real with it. You feel me? So this is a bad thing, and I don't want it just to be at the basics. But let's develop the real connection, right? Let's stop doing half-ass jobs. You dig? But let's get back into the psychoeducation. Let's develop the understanding in regards to the difference, right? So pushing through this discomfort can sometimes help us because it can build that confidence. It can build that resilience. We're pushing through. You feel me? Through our difficult situations. But we got to understand too. It's also too messing us up internally with health implications because we're not resting. We're not taking care of the body. And some of us too. Let's be real. We're not taking care of our body because we're not eating right. We're not resting right. You feel me? Mental health too. We're not taking care with the clutter inside our mind. So it's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on, right? But pushing through could also, that depletion, like I said, can lead to that burnout, irritability, and that emotional exhaustion. And sometimes when we feel bad about ourselves, what do? Some of us project onto other people, right? It makes you like what? Company. So that's why we see a lot of these behaviors. People out here suffering in the world, right? We got to develop this understanding, but we got to what? We got to take care of ourselves, right? So rest can, like I said, be restorative. This is what the body needs, right? But avoidance can temporarily make you feel like you're escaping something, right? But that's something that you need to get some attention towards, right? We need to understand that we need to get support. We got to advocate for ourselves. You feel me? We got to heal. You feel me? Give our body that restorative restoration that it needs, right? So we got to understand whatever the situation is, we got to understand that we have our capacity, but the body needs that rest. The body needs to be taken care of. The body needs that protection, right? And we got to understand, like I said, we got to get that support if needed, right? We got to be honest with ourselves. Moving towards practical reframe, because like I said, when we know better, we tend to do better. So what are some things and questions that we're able to ask ourselves, right? So like I said, get towards an area where you're able to, got no distractions, it's quiet, a beach, pond, lake, whatever it is, a walk around the block, which puts you, really just, it's time for you. So instead of automatically asking yourself, what should I be pushing off? What should I be pushing off to the side? Ask yourself, what am I uncomfortable? What's uncomfortable? What's going on with me? How do I feel? Do I feel depleted, right? Develop this self-awareness amongst yourself, right? The journaling, you feel me? I cannot advocate for this for real. I cannot, you dig? But another question I also advocate for, right, is what am I avoiding because am I afraid of this? Or because do I need some recovery, right? Some guys too, right? Some people feel, this is general, right? It's general conversation, right? Is that they feel intimidated from initiating conversation, right? One word that we all know as individuals, right, across the world, you dig, is hi, right? So what is it too much to say hi to someone, right? You gotta be able to come in, take care of yourself, how way you feel about yourself, you feel me, in regards to how you look, etc., etc. You can't control some things. Let's have some rational acceptance, right? What are some things that we can't control? Get your hair done, you feel me? Make sure your nails are clean, you ain't dirty. Make sure your hygiene's on point, you feel me? Make sure you brush your teeth, you feel me? If you got musty mouth, come on now, y'all. There's certain things that we can control, right? Get you a haircut, get your hair done, right? Make sure you got lotion on your body. Do things that's gonna come on now, y'all. The basics, you feel me? And then you got to be able to have that self-esteem to really just be advocating for yourself, speak up for yourself, just to be able to say hi. And now you got to understand everybody's going to be where they're at, you feel me? So don't take things personal, right? But as long as you have a positive mindset, healthy mindset, you're trying, you have the confidence, all these things, they'll start to snatch up, and they're going to be a part of you in regards to your values. But you got to understand, you can't take everything personal. Stop competing with people. Do things for yourself, right? It's called personal development. That's why we do what we do, you feel me? But some of these questions, we got to understand, how can we be able to improve our ways, right? Why are we self-sabotaging ourselves? Why are we being stagnant, stuck? You're not put on this planet to just be stuck, you feel me? You're not here to just be down bad. You're here to understand, let's develop some, and how we can improve, you feel me? Let's move forward, you dig? So stop avoiding these things. Also too, will rest help me return with a capacity? How can my rest be able to help me? What am I running away from? Why am I not giving my body what it needs? My body, when it gets its rest, it's restoring the brain, the mind, so your memory's on point, your body. You feel me? A lot of us out here working out, we pushing, walking them, you feel me? Up the stairs, etc. You're doing all the, you're putting in miles, you feel me? You're doing all this exceptional service to people, but what about yourself, y'all? Come on now. This is what I go hard when it comes to self-care. I don't play about self-care. There's a lot of us out here, we do a lot for people. Especially when it comes to the family. We go out for our family. Whatever they need, we make sure we get it done. Mama needs that milk, you go out there, you feel me? Walking to the store, you feel me? So come on now, y'all. Let's make sure we're taking care of ourselves, right? Another step is, what's one small step that could be more beneficial than just doing nothing, right? Sometimes, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. We're just gonna be nonchalant, when someone's giving you information, it just goes in one area out the other. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, right? Because a lot of people out here, we're giving the information. A big crisis in America right now is the education, the situation right now. A lot of people are graduating, but they can't read, they can't fill out the documentation, they can't read or write. Like, we gotta be real with it, right? But let's understand, when we're able to have information, what can we do to improve on it? How can we apply ourselves? What can we do to improve our situation? We can cultivate this mindset. We can heal. We can get right. But we also, too, we have to understand, what do we want? All right? Not about what someone else to the left or to the right. What do you want? What's going to be beneficial for you, right? So when you take that step and that leap towards what's going to be beneficial to you, right? And you start having these thoughts, you're going to start seeing life improve, right? But we have to do something. We have to take action. Stop having this nonchalant mindset. We can't do nothing. It's whatever. You know what I mean? It is something. You feel me? And someday it's going to be something, right? Whatever you put in is whatever you're going to get. So I really want us to understand, we can have this disciplined mindset. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. It's going to take a process, right? But anything that's good takes what? It takes time. And there's other people out there that you admire out there producing. I know there's someone out there that you admire, right? That's doing it. It has been done. So I want us to understand that we can push through different situations in regards to how we can do it in a healthy way. But we have to find what? Balance. Feel me? There has to be a middle ground, right? So when it comes to micro action, I want to be able to take consideration is taking the time to have what? An honest check in with ourselves, right? We have to be real with ourselves. Everybody's going to be different. You're going to see someone else out there and they doing what they do and they're pushing through. Someone out there, they're taking their PTO, they're taking their time off. Someone out there going on a vacation. Everybody's going to be on a different type of time. But what about you? How do you feel? What about your body? Did you build a rapport with your body? Right? So what am I feeling right now is a question I want you to be able to take into consideration. Second question is going to be, do I have the capacity to take on a small step, right? Should I be slowing down? Should I be telling someone I can't take on any more hours, right? What's really going on? Because a lot of stuff out here, the money is not going to solve the problem. We all have bills, and don't get it twisted. I ain't trying to get you evicted. You feel me? Take care of yourself. But at the same time, too, a lot of us out here are doing more than we should be doing. You got to be able to make sure that if we're not taking care of yourself, right, and you don't have that adequate sleep, it's going to affect different aspects of your life. And one thing I got to say, and the rich folks out there know what's up too, is health is what? Wealth. We all know these things, right, but what are we doing about this information, right? Take care of your health. You are a priority. Without you, you ain't going to work. Without you, you feel me? Like, come on now. You ain't adequately taking care of your kids correctly. Come on now, y'all. We got to take care of ourselves, dog. I can't make this up, right? So what can we actually do to help us move forward in a sustainable way? get the rest. Come on now, like, you feel me? Do what's gonna be beneficial to you. Self-care. This is more than just about just getting your nails done, getting a haircut. You feel me? This is more than just about just waiting to just grinding hard just to get a car. You feel me? Like, all these things, the good things will take time. You will get whatever you want, whatever you destined, whatever you put in, you're gonna get. Don't get it twisted. But understand, throughout this process, we have to make sure that we're getting adequate rest. We're taking care of ourselves. We're on point when it comes to medication, our documentation. You got your dentist appointments. You're really with the healthcare. Like, you feel me? You're plugged in. You got your connect. You feel me? Come on now, y'all. Make sure your health is on point. Make sure your health is on point. You are priority, right? Make that phone call, get that support, you feel me? Do what you gotta do, look at the resources in your area, but make sure that you're doing whatever you gotta do make sure that you're on point. You are a priority, and without you, like I said, nothing around you is gonna be active. Nothing around you is gonna be active, you feel me? So like I said, build this rapport with yourself, right? Go near a lake, go near a pond, you feel me? Beach, you feel me? A lot of these things around us are free. Do what you gotta do, like I said, especially for those out there that are grinding out there and they just, you feel me, they're trying to put their money aside and they're really trying to make sure they have a vision towards, et cetera, like, but you gotta live life, y'all. We gotta live life. All the money, all this stuff, you're gonna realize you ain't taking it with you feel me? So, throughout this process of life, you know what I mean? You gotta be able to take consideration that tomorrow ain't even guaranteed, you feel me? We're blessed for another day. We're blessed to be breathing. We're blessed to be active and moving, you feel me? Everybody has a different situations and they be in a wheelchair, et cetera, disabled, et cetera, but we got to be being grateful. We have to have gratitude. We have to slow down. You feel me? We got to stop competing with other people. We got to be able to look up what's on our plate. What can we do to benefit ourselves? Feel me? For those out there coming from dysfunctional homes, I do this for real. You dig? So it's like we've seen it arguing. We've seen people that didn't believe in you. We've seen people that, you feel me? Let's get real with it, yo. Saying they love you, but they wasn't there with you in the process. They didn't pour into you. They wasn't helping you doing homework. They was calling you stupid. They was dogging you. Let's get real with it, y'all. So it's just like we gotta be leaving ourselves, y'all. We gotta make sure we're taking care of ourselves. We gotta make sure that we're spending time with ourselves, making sure we understand ourselves, knowing our capacity, knowing we gotta get the rest, knowing we have to set the boundaries and say, nah, I ain't going to the party. I'll go to the next one. You feel me? Like, we gotta know what's gonna be beneficial for who. You, right? So wisdom is not just about, like I said, how we're able to work harder, push through different circumstances. Working harder is not going to help us out for the longevity, right? So we got to be able to slow down and do what's going to be, like I said, be beneficial for you. And if you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share if possible, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed.